Dynamic content is an exciting feature set that enables you to make more powerful websites that are more flexible and also a lot easier to manage in the long run. And if you've ever used one of these paid page builder plugins like Divi or Elementor or Beaver Builder, we've been spoiled because those products have had dynamic content for quite a long time and theme building features. However, the options for the WordPress block builder have always been, well, very limited until now. And there's lots of products coming out now to offer this type of functionality inside of the WordPress block builder. And we're going to cover those in this video. So if you want to learn how to make dynamic websites using the WordPress block builder, this is going to be the video for you. Okay, so I want to just start out with a real world example, because sometimes when we talk about dynamic content, people are like, well, what would I use that for? I have a simple website. I can't even see myself using that, or I don't see how I would even use that. So let me give you a real world example from me and one of my own businesses right now. So here's the situation. I have this product called Presto Player. It's an amazing video player for WordPress and does a lot of amazing things. But if I don't let people know and make it easy for people to find out when they're on my website how amazing this is, then no one's going to ever want to use it or buy it. So the way I've come up with to help people to understand everything that this does is to create individual pages on my website for each of the individual features, or more like the major features. So here is a page that I have created. So we've got a couple bits of information here about it, some kind of instructions on how to enable the feature and what it does, and then a demo down here of the video. And we have a little bits of text on the left here, little bits of text here on the right. And then when you scroll down, everything from that point down is going to be the same on every page. And this is a feature grid where someone can just click on one of these hover cards right here, and it will take them to a page with the exact same layout, just a little bit of different information on the top. And then they'll see the feature grid and they can just click through and learn all about these amazing features that we have for them. And you can see there's quite a lot of these cards here. So we'll probably end up having 30 pages with an identical layout. The only thing different on all of these pages is this heading, this bit of text, this video, and then down here, the same thing, 3 more things, this video, this headline, and this bit of text. So there's only 6 different things on each one of these pages. So I have 2 options of how to build this out. I can literally manually kind of copy the layout to each one of these pages and then change these 6 little things. Now, that will work fine. But what happens when I want to change the layout a little bit? So say maybe I want to have the video on the left and this bit of information on the right, or this bit of information on the top and then the video underneath it. I want to make some kind of structural change to the layout. Well, it's going to be a lot of work because I will have to manually edit 30 different pages on this website, where if I was instead using dynamic content and each of these 6 things was a custom field, I could go in and change the layout all I wanted in one time in one place, and I wouldn't have to do it on all of these individual feature pages. Now, a lot of websites are actually like that. You're talking about your service, and the same layout goes into creating a dedicated page for each service. So there's a lot of common applications for different businesses that pretty much are facing the same challenge as me. So if I do it with this dynamic content, though, everything becomes a lot easier and a lot more consistent. So when we're talking about dynamic content, we're really talking about 3 different things. The first thing is creating custom fields themselves. The second thing is creating kind of the theme template or the page template that gets applied to these pages. And then the third thing is displaying the dynamic content from those fields inside of those layouts. So there's some options where one tool does it all. There's some options where one tool just does one of these components. So I'm going to go over all of that in detail right now, so you know all of the options that are available for you today. Now I'm going to have links to everything in the video description to make it easy easier for you. Some of those may be referral links, and when you click on it, if you were to acquire any of those products, the channel will earn a small bit of money. It helps keep the channel going. And I also try to line up coupon codes and discounts for some of the products as well. So let's go over these options. So the first one is to create custom fields, and that would be using Advanced Custom Fields. Now, Advanced Custom Fields is a free plugin. They have a pro version. I actually never have used the pro version in my life. I don't think you're going to need it. Here it is. It happens to be the most popular and widely used plugin for creating custom fields. And I've never ran into anything in the free version that I couldn't do. So if you did want to get the pro version, we can look at the cost, but literally I've never bought this and I've never used it. I don't think you would need it for making custom fields. It's $49 per year for a single site, or $249 for an unlimited license. So I wanted to just show the pricing so that you would be able to compare it to some of the other products and the prices that they're charging as well. Now, the next product is free as well, and there is no pro version of it, and it's called Pods. Now, I've personally been a user of Pods for many years, although I'm scared to death that I've been using Pods for many years because there's no business model behind it. There's no pro version, which means since the plugin doesn't generate any revenue for them, the plugin is rarely updated, and there's improvements that I wish they would make, and they just doesn't make any money. So it doesn't make any sense for people to spend their time for free, significant chunks of time, when they have to earn a living themselves. So while Pods is amazing at creating custom fields, just like Advanced Custom Fields, and this will also allow you to create custom post types, unfortunately, it's seen minimal development over the years. And if I had to go back in time, I probably wouldn't have chosen to use Pods. However, it works perfectly fine. And a lot of people use it and they really enjoy it. So I did want to make you aware of Pods. Now we're going to start looking at some paid options. And so we're going to look at this one here from Crocoblock. Now, if you've ever heard that name before, it's probably because they make a ton literally, I'm not underestimating, a ton of add-ons for Elementor. Let's see. Oh, if I hover over products, look at this. There's a ton of products for Elementor, and they're all for Elementor, but they're starting to adapt some of them. Who knows how deep and how far they'll go, but they're starting to adapt some of them for the WordPress block builder. And here's a plugin that they have. It's called JetEngine. And you can see you could use it with Elementor or the block builder Gutenberg. Now look at this. It's $26, but that's for a single site. I'm just showing you so you know. Now what's nice about this is it actually does a lot of the things that you would need. It allows you to create custom fields. It allows you to create custom post types. And it also allows you to display that content inside of the WordPress block builder. So you can see here are the core features that it has, these 5 things right here. And it does come with these blocks to just display a dynamic field, a dynamic image, and things like that. Now, you really can't beat it's $26. And so let's see if we get some more clarity on that. So that's for a single site, $26 per year. But for $130 per year, you can use this on more websites. Now, and it includes more stuff, but it includes stuff that you don't need anyway because you're not using Elementor. Now, Crocoblock has JetEngine has a really nice user interface, and there's some things that they do that I don't like. So they do kind of market inside of the plugin, the paid plugin. So it's going to add 2 menu items, which I'm not really a fan of. So it adds this Crocoblock menu item, and it's just for them to give you information. And then down here, it has the actual JetEngine menu item right here, but it's very fancy and it looks quite nice, the user interface, and it works. There's just some things that I don't like that much, but you can't argue with $26. Next is one of the OGs of WordPress, and it's Toolset. And so Toolset has done lots of things with its product over the year and has really settled on going all in with the WordPress block builder years ago. And what they do is pretty pretty unique, and you really can't find the feature set that is in Toolset in other plugins. So it's going to do it all as well. It's going to have the custom fields. It's going to create custom post types. It also has the theme builder stuff built in, as well as blocks for displaying the content. It's complete. And it does even a lot more than that. So you can make custom archive pages, grids. There's a query loop or a loop builder in it as well. It's just really nice what it does. So it comes with like forms, custom searches, content. Like this is the creme de la creme. It's pretty deep. Now let's look at the price of this though. So for a single site of this, it's going to be $69, and then unlimited is $299. Now here's what it looks like in the back end of your WordPress website. Here it is, Toolset. You can click on it. Now, if I was to criticize Toolset for anything, is that their plugins tend to be a little more complicated to use. And I think there's certainly some improvements they could make on user interface design as well as the user experience. So there is some techie stuff about it. It's not like end of the world, like it's going to be really hard to use. In fact, I've been meaning to make a dedicated tutorial on it on this channel because it is such a powerful plugin, and they do have a very loyal fan base of users. So we have everything right here. Here's the dashboard of it. You can create new post types right here and edit existing ones. You can see right there, add new. Right here is where we add custom fields, and it's actually, I prefer the way you add custom fields and manage and configure them in Toolset more than I like it inside of advanced custom fields. It's quite good. This has a special advantage though, is it's very techy. You can create relationships among post types. But then right here is the actual real theme builder. So I can go in here and create a blog post template, or that template that I was talking about for my own business use case on Presto Player. I can create the template, create the custom fields, create the template, design the template, and there's a variety of blocks that come with Toolset. So let me just go ahead and click on add new right here. And so I'm in there, and it's going to feel like what you might have experienced with a page builder before. So right here, we can view it with content from a particular page, but let's go ahead and take a look at some of the blocks that it comes with. So right here, it says Toolset, and look, there's a wide variety of blocks that come with it. This is a really powerful tool. And if you are going to be really going in deep with dynamic content, you might want to consider adding it to your tool set. Pun intended. Now, those are for power users. So for me, I would recommend maybe just using the free advanced custom fields to create custom fields. But now let me show you some of the WordPress block builder packages that are available on the market that are now adding dynamic content, because that might be all that you need, and you might already be using one of these add-on packages. And so this will make it a lot more affordable in order to have this dynamic content on your website. So the first option is going to be a product called Stackable, and Stackable is a WordPress block builder package that recently added basic dynamic content features to it. It's only in the premium version of Stackable. And so you can see right here the cost of the premium version of Stackable. A single site is $50, and unlimited license is $149. And if you wanted lifetime license, it's $500. This is just for Stackable. So to demonstrate this, I have advanced custom fields on this site. You can see right here, and I just created one custom field named product name that will appear on blog posts. So let me go into a blog post and quickly demonstrate how the dynamic content works. So here it is, and you can see down here's my custom field, and I already popped in a name, Presto Player. So this is the way dynamic content works with Stackable, and you can see it's going to work with their blocks, and it's also going to work with the default blocks. And you can see I'm on the default text block, and there's an icon right here. And when I hover over it, it says dynamic fields. This is being added by Stackable. And when I click on it, the source of the content, the current post, and then the field. When I click on it, I get this drop down. Now, when I scroll down here, you can see that there's this option here where it says ACF. It knows I'm using advanced custom fields, and then there is the bit of text, and I can go there, click on apply, and there we have it. It is entering that dynamic content into the post. And when I hover over it, it puts a red line under it, so I know that that is dynamic content. But this also works with some of the blocks that they include inside of their block package. So here's their heading block. And so, gosh, what's this? Come on. I don't need that here. All right, so I can do the same thing. There we go. And I'll go down to advanced custom fields like that, and I'll click on apply, and then there I have it. And I can start getting more styling control over it by using it here. Now, currently, their implementation is limited to text. It's not including images. So it's very basic right now. And it's not going to really solve it's going to solve the issue of getting dynamic content in, but it's not giving you like that theme builder experience of creating a custom layout and then applying it to different parts of your website. This is just going to get you some dynamic content. Now, the next option is a plugin and a theme. In order to get dynamic content in the plugin, you also have to have the theme. I'll explain. So it's Generate Blocks, which is a block package for WordPress that has 4 custom blocks in it. And now there's a free version and a pro version. You have to get the pro version of Generate Blocks, but on its own, dynamic content doesn't work. You also have to use the accompanying theme at an additional cost. So let's take a look at what this costs right now, and then I'll show it to you. So here is the pricing for the block package only. So it's $39 for a single site per year. And if you want it up to 250 sites, you're looking at $99 per year. Now, this is just one of the purchases. It requires 2 purchases. You also need to purchase the Generate Press theme. And for the theme, it's $59 per year. And you can install that on 500 websites, or they have a lifetime license now, which is pretty cool. $249 for a lifetime license of this, but that's for 500 websites. It's not unlimited websites. So if you needed this on more than one website, you'd be looking at $59 per year plus $99 per year for the block package for a total of $158. Now, the odd thing though is even when you combine this all together, you still don't get dynamic content inside of the actual content. It will only work inside of the themes elements feature. So if I go and I've got the theme activated right now, and I've enabled here, let me just show you, I've enabled the elements feature right here, and then I can click here to get into it. And when I go to add a new element, let's go ahead and choose a layout, and then I click on create right here, and then I click on the content, and then I go here to click on elements, and then I'll click on add new element, and I'll choose a block element. I'll click on create. So here we have it. I'll pop in a title, but then right here, this is the only area where dynamic content works. So when I type in normal dynamic content, it actually doesn't work with the different built-in blocks that come with Gutenberg. It's only their blocks. So if I go here to look at their blocks, actually I have that wrong. I said there was 4 blocks. There's actually, well, actually it is 4. I was right. There's this one here that says template library for some templates. So let me just go ahead and add a headline. And when you go to add a headline, then we have the dynamic icon here. Remember, I said it's kind of similar on all of them. And then I can choose what I want here. And I can choose from one of the elements that make up a post or a page, or down here. I must be doing something wrong because I actually don't see the option here of pulling in data from a custom field. So perhaps I'm doing something wrong here with this. I did test this and I thought I was able to pull in data from a custom field, but it's not looking like it's here. However, I just must be doing something wrong in this video. So dynamic content will only work inside of the elements feature. So let me further show you that. So if I go into posts, for example, this one right here, and I go to drop in heading as I just did a moment ago, the headline, you can see I don't have the dynamic content option. Now, even though I think doing it this way is a little odd, not linking it to the theme only, but that it wouldn't work in normal posts and even linking it to the theme only. I'm sure if GeneratePress, the development team, wanted to change how that works, they could probably easily pull that off. And now the last option is Kadence Blocks, and I'll show you this. Now, this feature set is actually in beta, and it's really cool. I'll show you it in a moment. To get Kadence Blocks, it's in the Pro package. It's only $59 per year, and you don't have to use it with the theme that they also sell. There's some special powers there, but it'll work with any theme that has these kind of features. But what we have here is only $59 per year, and you can use this on unlimited websites. Now, the other option is if you wanted to get their entire suite of tools. So it's called the Kadence Suite right here, and that's going to run you $169. I do have a 10% off coupon code down below if this interests you at all. Now, this is going to come with their theme. This is going to come with the blocks. It's going to come with their child theme builder, their Kadence Cloud, which is your own private cloud of templates and resources. There's a lot of cool things. There's a WooCommerce add-on here that's going to add lots of features to WooCommerce as well. It's pretty good value for only $169, especially when you factor in the 10% off. But they also have a lifetime option I should show you. For the Kadence Suite, $599, 10% off brings it down to what, $540 or something like that. And they have a sale every now and then. This gets you lifetime update support, and it will also work on unlimited websites. No limits there. Now, the advantage of what Kadence has done is dynamic content works in more fields. So unlike Stackable, where it was primarily just text, with Kadence, it's also working with images. So let me just give you a quick example, and then let me show you how you could tie this in to their theme if you're using it. So if I go to posts, and let's just go into that same post. And like I said, it's very similar in all of these plugins, how the dynamic content gets added. So just like Stackable, this dynamic content will work with the default blocks. So if I pull up the toolbar right there, here is the icon. And then right here, I can scroll down. There it is, post custom field. But we get a lot of options here with the Kadence implementation. So we get your title and all that kind of stuff, but we also can pull in data from a different post as well as archive information. You can pull it in author information, but let's just go ahead and keep it simple with that dynamic field. So the content source will be the current post, and then there it is, the product name. And if I go to advanced, I can have some fallback content, which is very, very nice in case I don't have this filled out. And then I can click on add dynamic content. Now, what ends up happening is the dynamic content gets added, and it will always show these two blue lines in order to let me know that this is dynamic content. And it also works in line. So if I wanted to pull dynamic content in into multiple parts of a sentence, I can do that here, and then I can pull in another piece of dynamic content. I only have this one custom field, but you can put as many as you want. That's pretty interesting, but also it's going to work with their button module. So if I go to advanced buttons and let me go ahead and pull in the product name for the button. Okay, now that product name's there as the button text, you can see right here is where you would normally put in the URL. And we also have the dynamic content icon right there where I can make it a dynamic link. Now, also over here on the right where the block settings are, and this is where I can also enter the link, you can see I have the dynamic option right there. So we also get it there for buttons, which is really cool. Okay, and lastly, let me show you it for images. So let me go ahead and enter in their row block just like this. I'll do a row layout and I'll choose it like this. And I'm in the row settings right here. Now there's also the background settings. And then here's where I would choose an image. But I also have this dynamic content option here, and I can click on this and enable dynamic content for the background image if I wanted. And I can put the featured image, I can have a post custom field in there. I can have this be whatever I want it to be. So it's also working with images. But one of the advantages as well with Kadence Blocks is they have so many blocks. So one of the ones I like to use is this info box right here. And this info box has an image, a title, and text. And you can see dynamic content works with all of it. So I'm in this text area here. I've got dynamic content. I'm in the title. I've got dynamic content. And then over here on the right, I can go to the media settings. And then right here, let's make the media an image. Here's the image, and you can see right here, I also have dynamic content for the image that will go inside of this info box. Now, there's some really cool things that you can do if you use the pro version of the Kadence theme, and it's making this sort of like a theme builder, because what that does is it allows you to create content that you would put inside of different content. Let me show you what I mean. So it's called the Elements feature. Let me get out of here. I'll go to Appearance and then Elements. This is the pro version of the theme, and I've already enabled the feature. So I'll go ahead here. I'll click on Add New, and this is just in the pro version of the Kadence theme. I'll go ahead and choose Default, and guess what? Dynamic content works right here as well. Here's my info box, and you can see there's the title, and I have the dynamic content options right here. Now, and then I can automatically insert this in for the current post that this is on. What makes this really powerful is there are placement options. So I can have this injected into posts or pages. Pretty much anywhere in my site, I can inject this in there. And then I get targeting rules. So for the display settings, I can decide, do I show it on certain blog posts in a category or that have a certain tag? You can do that. And then there's, of course, the expire settings, which is really cool as well. I really see a future with what Kadence is doing where it's going to be sort of like a theme builder where you'll be able to choose, replace a post template, and then build your template in here and then target it out with these rules that it gives you. So, but with the Kadence package, you can use dynamic content in Kadence Blocks Pro with any theme that is out there. So say you're using the Astra theme and you wanted to use their custom layouts. Well, you could easily do that. Or maybe you're using that with the GeneratePress theme. You could do that with Kadence Blocks. So in the beginning of the video, I explained my business problem, right? Creating those feature pages. And now here we are at the end of the video. And I'll tell you, for me, I'm choosing Kadence. Obviously, you guys know that have been on the channel for a while that I already use some of the Kadence products. So I don't actually have to buy anything in order to get the dynamic content that I want. I just have to use this new version of Kadence Blocks Pro in order to get that content. So what I'm doing is creating my post in the Elements feature, and then I'm placing that in there. Now that doesn't get me the custom fields. For custom fields, I'm going to use advanced custom fields because it just happens to be the #1 custom fields plugin. I like the way they do things. And even though it's free, there's no like marketing or anything like that or pressure to upgrade inside of advanced custom fields. So that's kind of the stack that I'm going to use because I also like that the Kadence Blocks is taking the dynamic content further and it's integrating more aspects of dynamic content with the images as well. So I think that's the one that's going to be the best for me. But on my website, WPCrafter, I'm going with Toolset for that because I need some advanced capabilities that are only found inside of Toolset. So, and I forgot to mention, Toolset also adds dynamic content capabilities to third-party block packages. Should have mentioned that, but it's a paid option that I don't think most people are going to choose because it's pretty advanced and it costs a little bit of money. So anyways, those are your options for creating or adding dynamic content to the WordPress block builder. It's going to open up so many tremendous opportunities, especially now that full site editing is coming to WordPress. Dynamic content is not coming to WordPress where it's fields like that, but full site editing is coming in some of the blocks that make up pages and posts. I'll be covering all of that in this channel, and you might want to subscribe if you're not subscribed, if you want to follow all of these great developments coming to WordPress. Hey, if you have a question about anything in this video, I invite you to ask in the comment section down below. I just ask for one thing from you. Put a lot of effort into these videos. If you would give this video a thumbs up right now, it'll take you 1 second out of your day, and it will mean the world to me. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.